tree of that large of a tree toppling during the storm. Yeah. All right. Can you believe it? 10 years ago, Apple released its very first iPhone. Coming up, our tech expert weighs in on how Apple changed the game. Or not, today is the 10th anniversary of the original iPhone. Apple founder Steve Jobs first introduced the iPhone to the world at MacWorld 2007. He called it 3 products in one: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. Since then, more than 1 billion iPhones have been sold. And the release of the smartphone was certainly a game changer. To talk more about the iPhone's legacy is our KTVU tech expert, Ryan Eldridge of Nerds on Call. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon, Ryan. The iPhone made technology really available to everyone.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about the iPhone is that in 2007, it didn't do anything unique. It just did everything better. I mean, I had a Motorola Razr, and I could take pictures with it, and I could do apps with it, and I could text an IM with it, but I couldn't do as elegantly as the iPhone. Back when the iPhone was introduced, the smartphone market was being dominated by BlackBerry and Palm, Microsoft and Nokia. And of course, Apple had already had this huge success with doing a game change in the handheld music market. When there's no more Walkmans and MP3 players, it kind of took it over with their iPod. And it kind of laid the groundwork when it did that at the iPod for the taking over the iPhone market. And what you were saying there is Jobs was essentially killing his own product with the iPhone. He's killed the iPod. And in fact, it had so many things stacked against it when it was first released. First of all, it was $499 to $599 when it was first released. It was only available at AT&T stores for the first 4 years. And a lot of people said the fact that it had no keyboard or stylus to interact with the screen was a big detractor for them. But now it's clearly the symbol of the tech industry, and it's kind of changed our modern era as a whole. Think of all of the different products that used to be in our cabinets and in our vacation packets in our luggage, like point-and-shoot cameras, video cameras. It completely created a new mobile payments market for Square, and certainly augmented it for PayPal. GPS, TomToms and Garmin's that we used to all have on our dashboards, those are virtually non-existent now. And some could even say that it is what created social media. Prior to the iPhone coming out, of course, Facebook was around, but nobody really used Facebook every day like they do now with their iPhone. And certainly Donald Trump uses Twitter every day, and I'll bet you he uses a mobile device that was influenced by the iPhone.
Yeah, obviously the iPhone really got the ball rolling, but as you mentioned, it's been sort of an evolution as well.
Yeah, and it's even created its own economy with the App Store. If you remember back in the day, if you wanted an app, you had to get it from the manufacturer or some pre-installed thing that was on your phone. But once in 2008, when they opened up the App Store to developers and were able to sell, these little mom and pop shops could create their own applications to sell to the world at large, it created an entirely new economy.
Yeah, I just want to go back to one thing that Steve Jobs said there at Macworld 2007. He said, what we want to do is make a leapfrog product that is way smarter than any mobile device has ever been and super easy to use. Do you think Steve Jobs accomplished both of those things that he set out to do?
I absolutely think he has. In fact, the one thing that we all have to be concerned with now is what has Tim Cook got in his bag for this year? I mean, everybody's talking about the new iPhone 8 and whether or not it's going to be as revolutionary as the original iPhone. And all indications are that it's going to be a pretty great product, but it's not going to be sort of the leaps and bounds that Steve Jobs has been getting us set up to believe. It's been 10 years, and I would expect, I don't know, virtual reality in my iPhone? I have no idea. I'm unfortunately not a revolutionary. I'm just somebody that talks about tech.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, we love to have you on talking about tech. Thanks so much. Boy, so hard for me to believe it's been 10 years, though, since the launch of the first iPhone. Anyway, great conversation. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Coming up, the